will Mr. Rattle's dreams come true? Who is the mysterious Don? Where does Roll of Rattle and Roll fit into this? Why did Mr. Rattle stow away to America? What is a jam? Where did Mr. Rattle get counterfeit money? Why doesn't Mr. Rattle have whiskers? All these and other questions will be answered in the first and following issues of Rattle and Roll.
Twisted Fairy Tales. The YouTube show you love to watch, bring you an anthology truly top-notch. Over 14 stories and over 80 pages. Rest assured this is not for all ages, so sit back in your chair, drink up your ale, and grab your copy of Twisted Fairy Tales. Showcasing creators, both old and new, the Bargain Bin knew just what to do. Cool art, cool stories, all from cool scripts. To top it off, we added some sexy chicks.
Bargain bin, let's see what crowd is in. Baba Dave and his hair. He's old man, but please don't stare. Alright, he's on the bargain bin. Now this just in, it's just in. Our new guy who just snuck in. He takes a joke, he just don't care. He's a regular gummy bear. New boy, here on the bargain bin. Bonus section, it's area black. For the furries, he's got your back. Along with Neve, that rhymes with Steve. Can she weave? She'll knit you a sleeve. Whoa, they're on the bargain bin. It's on Monday night. If you're lucky, it's on time. It's a pile of shite, but to miss it is a crime. Just out the gate, it's Rob GP. He's not a dog, but he'll make you pee. Up for a laugh, he'll laugh at Oat. If he falls flat, he'll get his coat. Whoa, we are the bargain bin. You hear the bargain bin, huh? This is the bargain bin.
Good! Oh my god, I forgot to take that other overlay off. Which one is it? Oh my god, where is it? Why can't I hide it? Because I'm supposed to hide it and it's here. Now I am here. Hello. You know, I think I will get used to the controls at some point in the future. Good evening. Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, one and all. And I say one and all. All right, Tuki boy, how you doing? Good to see you here. Good to see you here. Right. Right, let me see. I hope you like the Facebook thumbnail. It was done on the spur of the moment. So it's a bit of false advertising. We don't have an orangutan. What we do have is Justin.
All right. I was bracing for it. Not
That's
bad.
what she said.
I'll take an orangutan over a turtle any day of the week.
Oh my god, listen, what you want to do on the weekend is your own business, buddy. Ayo. Right. How's life treating you? How's your foot?
Sore. Two of my toes are currently taped up, and I'm be careful of wherever I walk around the house now.
That's what Lego bricks do for you, buddies.
Yeah. When your mother tells you not to kick parts of the furniture barefoot, don't do it.
I tell you what, we've been living in this place now for, let me see, April since April, right?
Yeah.
And I wake up every once in a while. The thing is, I should stop drinking by about 10 o'clock. I don't mean alcohol, I mean water. I shouldn't have anything to drink after 10 o'clock because like most nights, I'm awake about 4 in the morning and I got to pee.
Yeah.
It's way too much information for all of you, but you heard it here first. So we've been there, 4 months now? 3-4 months? Every time I wake up, and I'm still configured to our old flat. So I kind of like, I walk into the sideboard thing, because I'm like half asleep. Derek's getting really worried. She thinks I'm sleepwalking. She seriously thinks I'm sleepwalking. I'm like, no, I'm conditioned, damn it. And it's not uncommon that you'll hear, oh, bollocks.
Yeah. Well, here's the
and of
thing.
course that wakes her up.
Yeah, the thing is, I always walk around the house in either my socks or barefoot. I've never worn slippers. So my wife goes into town and she buys me these.
Doc Crocs.
Yeah, because she don't want me to break my fucking toe again. So now I've got to get used to wearing those.
Can you get them on? Can you get them on over your toe now?
Not yet. It's still very, very tender. Hopefully the swelling will go down a bit more soon so I can do it. But yeah, I wouldn't recommend breaking a toe. It's not nice. And of course, when the nurse checked it in A&E, she went, yep, it's broken. I went, okay. And she said, thing is, we can't really do anything with toes except tape them together. And I was like, yeah, excellent.
Okay. Yeah, go on.
And looking at this thing, it was black and blue and swollen. And like, yeah.
Right. I've told this story on Saturday morning cartoons, and it got a bit of a shock value. Tukey, do you want to hear my toe story?
He was probably the only one on that stream making sense, but okay.
Well, here it is. When I lived in Taiwan, I would take the bus everywhere. This one day, this big guy standing in front of me, well, the bus kind of jolts. He falls back, bang! 1 foot on mine. Oh, he says, all right, here we go. Yo, Tukey, pick up the phone. Right. Lock him and load.
Lock him and load, yeah.
So, this guy, stamps on my foot to steady himself. Seriously, I thought, ouch. Anyway, it had gone through it had basically split my toenail, right? And I thought, wash it out, it'll be fine. It'll be grand, it'll be okay. A couple of days later, I noticed it's still not healing properly. And I had a really, really good look at it. There was a little slice of flesh that you could just kind of slide in and out under the toenail. If Tukey's still there, he's a strong-stomached man. Right. Basically, I'm in the hospital, right, to have that bit of my toenail and toe and the skin around it removed. So, the doctor, he injects me on the left-hand side. Tweak, tweak. Can you feel that? I'm like, yeah. He injects me on the right-hand side. Can you feel that? I'm like, yeah. He injects me under the freaking nail. I thought they only did that in Vietnam, right? In any case, dude, luckily the young lady I was seeing at the time was kind of a little bit bigger than me, so she was the one who had to hold me down. He injected me under the nail. And yeah. And you know what? But once the toe was numb enough, there I am sitting there watching him do his work. It was all good. Hey, yo, Benny boy. If only I weren't still in class. He's still in class.
I assume he's not stoned right now.
What stories are you making up in your own mind? A good segue, but we'll come back to that later.
Yeah.
Now, so, you got any news?
I have a few bits and pieces of news, yes.
Well, just hold on a minute. Let me get rid of Ben for a sec. Ben, come back, but here. The banner, the brand. Here we go.
Okay.
It doesn't.
Is it
Well,
mine?
you
Is
also
it
get.
me or you? Right. Following the ongoing writers and actors strike in Hollywood, multiple deals are suspended by Warner Brothers.
A firm favorite Marvel character celebrates his 50th anniversary. Can you guess who?
And finally, in an ongoing series of cancellation, what?
Not quite finally, but you please carry on.
Sorry. Continuing, 2 more series have been cancelled from Amazon Prime in relation to the strikes they claim.
Talking of cancellations, Amazon Prime is cancelled its subscription services. Right. Which one are we going to go for first? I suggest let's have a look at let's look at the birthday. Birthdays are good. And talking of birthday, if you're out there, Bristolian Dave, right, are we going to do this? Happy birthday. Hang on. Where's my bloody... There we go. Happy birthday to you! Happy birthday to you! Happy birthday to David! Happy birthday to you! Right. Good.
For anyone watching the replay, I won't blame you if you fast forward past that section.
Okay, so people who are watching, people in the chat. Let me see then. Who's what's this? Reminds me of moving sofa nailed the naval stuff. Instantly PS2 stories on toes breaking writer blocks. They are not, but if you want to include them, you can do. Right. Question. For the multitude of people out there watching, also those on catch up, right? Who's celebrating their 50th anniversary this year? So we'll just drum fingers and see if anyone gets it by putting it into the chat. Very quick, very quick. It's not that many letters. Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. Do you know, Justin?
Is it Wolverine?
Oh, Boyakasha. Yes, it is. How many?
Really?
How many? Yeah, it is. Yeah. Are you're surprised?
That was a total guess.
Well, how many years? Did I mention already? I can't remember if I mentioned how many years.
You haven't mentioned how many years. I'm surprised I got that right. How many years? I don't know.
Go on, give it a guess.
60?
Ooh! 2K, pick up the phone. Have you got it?
20?
Come on, it's only 2 letters. Put it into the chat. What do you think it is, 2K?
You got me.
No, it's 50. It is 50.
Okay.
50. Right. And I know we don't do a lot of news with the what do you call it? With the Marvel. So let's tab instead and let's.
I didn't actually know it was Wolverine's birthday. I can tell you a funny story if you like.
Go on then. I'm up for a funny story.
My local comic shop, the guy buys in a lot of collections and he often sells them for other people. And he showed me one that he was selling. It was a CGC graded comic, and it was of Incredible Hulk 181. It was
how do comic fans keep the numbers in their heads? But please carry on.
Yeah, it's Wolverine's first appearance fighting the Hulk.
Okay,
and it was signed by Stan Lee.
Yeah,
and the original artist had signed it also, and he'd done a little Wolverine sketch on the front cover. But the comic wasn't of great quality. It was only a 4.0 because obviously 1 being the lowest, 10 being the highest.
Okay.
And he managed to sell that for 900 quid.
Oh yeah.
Well, it gets better. I went in the store one day and he bought Jeff. That's the guy's name. He bought in a massive collection of comics. And I said to him, "What have you got?" And he goes, "Oh, just how's your wallet today?" I said, "Don't fucking do that to me. Just show me what you got."
Wait. Hang on a sec. We've got something for that, haven't we? Damn. Oh, go on. Carry on with the story.
So he has 2 copies of Iron Man #1.
Right.
He gets.
I got it.
I like what you got. Good job.
That's the wrong one, isn't it? I'm looking for the show us what you got. But yeah, please carry on. Please carry on with your story now.
Yeah, he had 2 copies of Iron Man #1.
Okay.
He had, these was just out of some of the ones he got. He had the first appearance of the Punisher.
Yo.
And then he had another copy of Incredible Hulk 181. Not signed or anything, but it was in good condition. So I said, "Are you going to get that graded?" He said, "Yeah, absolutely." So he gets it graded, and it comes back a 9.4, which is the highest grade I've ever seen that comic. And I said to him, "Obviously, I can't afford to buy that.
Yeah.
So you're going to have to tell me how well you sell it for."
Yeah.
A few weeks later, I go back in and I say, "So how much do you sell the comic for, Jeff?" Rob, have a wild guess how much he gets for it.
Okay, so hang on. The bad quality but signed got 900.
Yep.
I'm gonna guess 3,000.
You're not far off, actually. 3,400.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah,
Isn't that
yeah,
crazy?
yeah.
I mean, like, yeah.
But I've never seen an issue of that comic in such good condition. So yeah, there you go. That's That's my little story on that for you.
Damn. 3,000 for a comic, though. Dude.
Yep.
God. I have no idea what the most expensive comic I've got. I don't particularly buy comics for their value, and resale value.
No, I mean, nowadays.
But it's interesting to know.
Nowadays, if I buy a collectible, it's of personal interest to me.
Sure.
I don't do it for personal value anymore. Sorry, for financial value, I should say. But that was one of the biggest sales I'd ever heard of.
Wow. I think the most expensive comics I've got are those. Des Skin did this anthology Warrior in the 1980s. Do you know which story came from Warrior?
No, sorry, you got me there.
V for Vendetta.
Ah, yes. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, V for Vendetta. So I picked those up really, really cheaply because somebody had been reading them. Somebody had been collecting them, sure. But then the series got cancelled. So I think there are only 26 out there, 26 or 28. And I only need 2. So my collection is only missing 2 to have the whole run. And some of those I see them on the internet for I've Googled them, and they're the late issues as well. So you're talking 60 quid, something like that. I don't know. It's not really important to me how much they're worth. Righty. Good. So what am I doing? I was at stage. Chris Claremont celebrates Wolverine's 15th anniversary in Wolverine Madripoor Night. Madripoor Night. No idea. That's an interesting title. I mean, Wolverine's kind of traveled, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did you read a lot of, have you read a lot of Wolverine?
Yeah, because one of the main stories that happened with him when I was growing up was that famous Fatal Attraction storyline across X-Men and Wolverine, where Magneto ripped the adamantium out of his bones.
Okay.
In X-Men 25. And in Wolverine 75, he survives the injury and it's revealed he's got bone claws. What?
I don't know what. He's got bone claws. Ah, so
yeah.
Right.
This was
okay.
Yeah. This was before the famous origin story finally got released, telling where he came from, because everyone thought.
Yeah,
Yeah,
go on.
because everyone thought it was just blades. The claws were just blades, but it turned out he got bone claws underneath them.
Huh. And if I'm not overly read up on Wolverine. I've got bits and bobs here and there, right?
Hmm.
The whole Japan story that was in one of the movies, that was part of
Yeah,
the origin story, wasn't it?
the movie, the second movie, was partly based on the limited series that preceded his regular series that Chris Claremont wrote and Frank Miller drew.
Okay.
Um, one of the other, of course, the famous story arc in this main series where he got his claws back. This is where I kicked myself because it was issue 145 where he gets the claws back, and he got the front cover was him sort of like that with his claws, and the claws were silver foil, and there
Right.
was a chromium variant done of that cover, which I had, and I sold for like 40 quid, and it's now worth something like 300. And I was absolutely kicking myself that I got rid of it
Ouch.
because when we found out our son was on the way, we had to clear out a lot of the stuff that we couldn't afford to do anymore. So all
Hmm.
my comic collection went, and as painful as it was to see it go, I'm still kicking myself about some of it.
The thing is, you just don't know what's going to come around the corner.
No,
You
you
don't
don't. You
know
don't.
what's going to be like expensive in the or like valuable in the future and less valuable, and by how much.
Hmm.
No, yeah.
But I did keep a couple of comics which I thought were going to be valuable in the future, and I was proven right with those.
Okay.
Because I kept Amazing Spider-Man 300, which was first appearance of Venom.
Oh, right.
And
Okay.
I've got, I think it's issue 5 or 6 of the Inhuman series, which is the first appearance of the new Black Widow,
Okay.
the blonde one. So those have both gone up in value. I'm like,
All right. Okay.
so yeah.
Alrighty. Cool. Right. So I read through this a couple of days ago. I'll have to remind myself. So this is only 3 days old. This
Mhm.
February, so I guess in the new year. So actually, it's actually his 50th anniversary next year. Iconic artwork, Jim Lee. Saga includes Wolverine's earliest meeting with Captain America during World War II as they team up to rescue a young Natasha Romanoff, and connects it with a present-day Wolverine adventure where he fights alongside Black Widow in Madripoor. One issue class masterpiece of epic storytelling. Sounds good. Sounds good. If I'm around, I might just pick one up. And there you have the cover. Now, that I could see your eyes popping out your head.
No, I was just trying to see who the front cover artist was.
Oh, Philip Han or Than. Wow, it should say here. Art by Edgar
Philip Tan,
Salazar.
yeah.
Philip Tan. No. On sale. So the 7th of February. Okay, there you go.
Okay, yeah.
There you go. So that's that first part. What are we going to do next? Yeah, let me remove that. Did you want to share something?
Are we going to give an honourable mention to Star Child, by the way?
Oh, let's do that. Let's do that afterwards. Yeah, we're doing the news first, aren't we?
Oh, okay. Yes. So
yeah,
news.
Yeah.
I'm going to share my screen now and talk about the strikes.
Go on then.
And here we are. Right. So for those who haven't been living under a rock for the past, I don't know, year almost, the writers and Hollywood actor strike has been going on for some time, and well, they're starting to take a massive effect now because the deals of stars like I call them stars, individuals such as J.J. Abrams, Mindy Kaling, and Greg Bertrami have been suspended, not cancelled, suspended, as well, joined by the likes of Danny Glover, Lisa Joy, and Jonah Nolan at Amazon. And they're calling it a bloodbath.
Yeah, but why wouldn't you call J.J. Abrams a star? I mean, he's got so many films under his belt, right? I would say he's a star. He's got a huge fan base, right?
He's got a fan base, but given what him and his ilk, given him what him and his ilk did to Star Trek and Star Wars, I will not bring myself to call him that. because I genuinely despise what he did to those franchises.
Oh yeah. Okay, educate me. What's your beef with his Star Wars?
Well, let's see. First of all, it was the most lazy storytelling possible with the way they made it. The killing of the legacy character in Han Solo. The build
Wait,
up.
who got? But hang on a sec. Stick with. Okay. Oh, Star Wars. Sorry.
Yeah, Star Wars.
Did this? Why am I thinking of Star Trek? It's because I associate Abrams with Star Trek. You know? Okay, go on then. Well, who did they bump off in Han Solo?
Yeah, they killed Han Solo in The Force Awakens. You got the.
That of course. Yeah. Okay, I forgot about that.
I'm going to call it the sped up establishment of Rey as this super character. The term is Mary Sue, which I can see why they say it, given how quickly she becomes awesome in the film. You've got the build up, which I think was going along great, of Finn to be like this Jedi type character until suddenly, last minute, fooled you, it's Rey. And everyone's going, what? And then that would lead into the Rian Johnson Star Wars, which I won't even dignify with a conversation.
I'm out. This is stuff I've not seen yet. So
okay, well, yeah. Abrams and the fact that they had, it's been confirmed now, they had no real story plan for Star Wars and how the story ended up, because essentially it was sort of revealed in the third film that Rey is the granddaughter of Emperor Palpatine. It's like, what the fuck? And Emperor Palpatine has survived the Return of the Jedi and is still alive.
Oh, is
and yes, yeah, and this is the best bit about
where is he? South America?
No, he was hiding in the wreck of I think he was hiding in the wreck of the Death Star on this planet. Okay. Which is like, really? But this is the best bit about it. And this is one thing that I've been told numerous times. There was a meme that was made of a particular passage of writing in that film where if any writer has any doubts about their craft, look at that meme and you'll feel better about yourself. And the meme was a fragment of dialogue from The Rise of Skywalker, which is the third Abrams movie, where it goes, somehow Palpatine returned.
Surprise.
Yeah.
But we're not going to explain why. We're not going to explain how.
No. It's basically a sort of like a explanation.
Oh
now,
my God.
Mindy Kaling, I genuinely couldn't give a shit about anything she does because, contrary to popular belief, I do not find her funny in the slightest. And that Velma animated series she did was despised by most people who watched it. Yeah, okay, I'll leave that one there. The only one I feel sorry for is Greg Beltrami, which is this dude here on the left, because he's behind, I believe, the Superman and Lois series that's currently going on.
Okay.
Which has been one of the more well-received series. My wife watches it occasionally, and I've seen bits of it, and it's very well done. So,
it gets a thumbs up from Justin.
Yeah, but the guy they've got to play Superman is actually a really good actor. So it's
I'm guessing it's not Henry Cavill.
No. Is I can't forget Tyler something or other his name is. Have you ever seen the film called Road to Perdition with Tom Hanks and Paul Newman in it?
You know what? That rings a bell. I mean,
right. He was the little boy in that film. He's now Superman. Yeah.
As you do.
And yeah. Do we want to go into a bit on the strikes now, or shall we?
Well, okay. Sid as well on there. Yeah, go on then. What else do you want to say about it? And then I'll throw in my tuppence.
With the strikes, as much as I've tried to give a shit about them, I really don't. I don't feel sorry for any of these folks involved at all, because a lot of the writers and actors and directors that have come out of Hollywood are such despisable figures now. And it's mainly down to the fact that they've shown their true colors through the likes of social media, political activism, social activism, and anything else they can get their hands on. Whilst I appreciate that these folks do have a right to an opinion, I think they've overstayed their welcome in some things like this. And this was highlighted by Ricky Gervais at the Golden Globes, the last speech he did for his last performance, where he basically said to him, "You know nothing about the real world. You have spent less time in school than Greta Thunberg. So if you do get an award, don't use it as a platform to make a political speech. Take your award, thank your agent, your friends, and fuck off." And that's literally what he said.
I'll counter with that. First of all, I'll mention Disney Star Wars really puts Tukey Boy in a bad mood. Red Dress Press, hello. Okay, hey, how you doing? Good to see you here. Well, here's the thing. I mean, like, the kind of stuff that comes up on my timeline, it kind of puts, I don't know what info comes to you, what info comes to me. The thing is, the strike, it's not just about the actors, because a lot of people are affected by the whole idea of movie studios being able to take the digital AI generated likeness of movie stars and put them into videos, absolutely doing away with a shitload of jobs. Yes. And it's not just the actors. And I think a lot of people concentrate on the actors, like, oh, we're being this, but you know, we're going to lose money because we won't be acting. And it's not just that. A good friend of mine from school is a hairdresser, not for movies, but for theatre.
Yeah.
And a lot of people really forget the people behind the scenes.
No, that's
because
I'll confess that I'm guilty of that as well.
There you go. So here's the thing, and it's not just the hairdressers. You got the hairdressers, you got set designers, you got people, you got gophers who are just like getting their first taste of working with film. You got the camera people, the sound people. You've got location scouts. You've got caterers.
Yes.
You've got caterers. So you've got all of these people. So I've heard a lot of the people who are supporting the strike, and they quote, "It's not just for the actors."
No,
it's not. No. It's for it's for everybody in the movie industry. The thing is, as soon as you like generate somebody's 3D likeness and dance monkey, ooh, 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 ooh. It's good that we had the orangutan on the thumbnail today, wasn't it? As soon as you do that, all those other people, they're out of work. They lose their jobs.
No,
yeah, I for me, that's why the what do you call it? That's why the strike is there's so much more at stake than just.
I totally get what you're saying there, and yes, I confess I am guilty of forgetting about the folks further down the ladder when it comes to stuff like this. But the problem is, because the actors have made themselves such dislikable figures so publicly, you don't think of them straight away.
I disagree, because I've had little reports, snippets, TikTok kind of 30-second sound bites from actors appear on my timeline, on Instagram, on Facebook, and they also mention all those people. So for me, I support the strike. That they replace the actors. You're putting a whole shitload of people out of business,
Yeah.
So, but this. I think it was either Trevor Noah or John. Oh God, what's his name? The previous
John Stewart.
John Stewart. Thank you very much. Those are the guys. One of those guys mentioned this whole strike and why the people are striking. And like, those guys know what they're talking about. Yeah. Maybe it was one of those, maybe it was somebody completely different. And that's why I'm like, I always keep in mind, some people are like, oh no, woe is me, I'm not getting any money anymore. But yeah, it's no different to comic artists complaining about AI ripping off their art.
Yeah, that I'm aware of because I talk to a lot of authors in my spare time about cover art, and I know there are a couple that when AI art is seen to be acceptable, whenever that may be, will use it as much as possible, because I've had some say to me that they've been ghosted by artists and who have taken money from them and had to find replacements who have cost more. There's numerous stories out there, and as much as I don't like it, I get it from that perspective. But I talked with my cover artist Peter about this, and she has a massive dislike for the whole thing because she says the AI uses other art as reference.
Absolutely.
And sometimes you don't notice it, but an artist whose work is responsible, they will be like, hang on a minute. So yeah, from that side of things, yes, I'm guilty of not thinking about it. And yeah, if it was down to that solely, then I'd be completely on board with it. But the problem is, like I said, because so many of these actors, directors, writers have made themselves so unlikable, you've got a majority of the public that I have seen have just gone and don't care. And
well, maybe it's our job to kind of nudge them in the ribs and remind them it's not just about the actors.
But, I mean,
maybe
from my perspective,
it's only a suggestion, mind.
Yeah, from my perspective, I've taken an interest in older movies as of late because nothing new that's coming out really appeals to me. I mean, well, for an example, Rob, this will test your memory. I got the Maltese Falcon on Blu-ray.
Dude, what's the point of the Maltese Falcon on Blu-ray?
Just because.
Dude, I need that high definition Bogart.
Well, it's not just that. There's some interesting bonus features on the Blu-ray, such as an audio commentary by Bogart's biographer, which I thought that would be an interesting listen.
All right then.
But like I said, I get it from that perspective because obviously the little folks are always affected by it. But because the celebrities have behaved in such a manner over the last few years, from losing their minds when Trump got into office and COVID and anything else, it's made me very difficult to give a toss. But from your perspective, yeah, I get where you're coming from. But for me, it's just a massive catch-22. The only plus side to it that I can say most people agree on is the fact there's been no late night comedy specials from the likes of Jimmy Fallon and all that. Those I hate those pricks with a passion.
Really? I love those guys.
Jimmy Kimmel, I can't stand him.
Jimmy Kimmel, he's all right. He was
one
I
of those,
prefer Jon Stewart and Trevor Noah. You know, although Trevor Noah, he's not doing the Daily Show anymore.
No, anyway, my favorite was always Conan, but yeah. So anyway, over to you.
So any final thoughts before we move on to the next part?
As much as I want to give a toss about this, I really don't. And obviously, in spite of what we've talked about.
Here we go. All right, then. I continue to give a toss, guys. Right, here we go. My next piece, La Pièce de Résistance. Hang on a sec. We've had that. Let me just show us what you got. Oh, yeah. Amazon has ended its periodicals program, and independent publishers are panicking. I found out about, I heard about this somehow by, or at least through Clark's World. You ever heard of Clark's World?
No.
Neil Clark put this this magazine. It's a text magazine, although a lot of the stories are made available online for free. There are also subscription-based print and digital. Some of the stories are actually audio books as well.
Okay.
This would be quite. I'm sure this would be quite up your street, actually. But they're shorter stories, so you're talking, like 5,000 to 8,000 words. So this is how I became aware of it. That Neil Clark's and his Clark's World is like, what are we going to do? Like, how are we going to reach our viewership or our readership, let's say, because magazines will no longer be available on the what do you call it, on the I don't use Kindle, to be honest. Yeah, you've offered me a couple of things on Kindle, and I don't use Kindle, and
That's fair enough.
That's my loss, of course. But
I appreciate totally that not everyone uses them. They are an acquired taste, I feel. I have one, but the main reason I have it is because I am an independent author, and one of the best ways of editing is you put the file on your Kindle and then you read it out loud, and any mistakes you spot, you can correct in the master file.
That's a good method, and also talking about that. So this should be a warning to all creators. I can't remember who I heard this from, and I'm not going to say guilty, but Rattle and Roll and Space to Create in Science Fiction use ISBNs provided by Amazon. Now, so what happens if, heaven forbid, Amazon goes under or they stop, print on demand? You lose the rights to use those ISBNs. So all the advertising you've got, all the advertising you've built up over any amount of time, and it could be years for some cases, is no longer usable. You'd have to probably start from scratch, So this is a bit of a warning story for anyone who uses, the freebie ISBNs, I think, I think it was Howard Wong, as a Hong Kong Canadian artist, was talking about this in one of his workshops. So there you go. We could talk about this another time, I think. Huh? Good. Alrighty. What else do I have? Tell me what you got. Or did you? No, you had something else, didn't you?
Yes, I will share this now.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, so.
Hang on. There you go.
All right. So, Peripheral and League of Their Own second seasons have been cancelled at Prime Video.
Oh, that's Peripheral. Yeah, you mentioned this. Yeah, I saw like the first 4 or 5 episodes.
Well, this was intriguing to me because I've seen the series advertised, but it wasn't saying I ever got round to checking out. Now, why it's worth a mention is because earlier in the year there was that article that came out through Variety, I believe, where they spoke to an insider at Amazon who was talking about the Lord of the Rings series, which pretty much every Tolkien fan I know hates, aside from a couple. And it revealed, because obviously this is an interesting thing about streaming services, they don't show their numbers. And this individual revealed that I think it was around 38 to 40% of people didn't finish the season.
Guilty.
And I never checked it out.
I watched the Lord of the Rings one. I can't remember the name of it. That's how memorable it was. But it wasn't bad. The thing is, if you transport yourself and say, "Hey, this is not Tolkien, but it's based in this," then it's not so bad. I was okay with it. Yeah. But
so I never watched it because I looked at the trailers and thought, no. But Peripheral was mentioned in this article because, again, the numbers were low. Viewership numbers were low. But according to the article, if I'm remembering this correctly, they didn't cancel it because the creators of the show had some political sway, which Amazon were keen to keep hold of.
Okay.
And they are blaming the strikes for these cancellations. It's now been shit canned along with A League of Their Own second season. And the interesting thing about it, and I'll scroll down to this because where is it? The creator of the co-creator of League of Their Own, Abby Jacobson, she shared this Instagram post, and I like this bit here, the second paragraph. To blame this cancellation on the strike, which is an essential fight for fair wages, protection and working conditions, etc., is bullshit and cowardly. Yeah.
No, I don't know.
Yeah. Now,
I can neither confirm nor deny. So hey.
Yeah, I've not seen a League of Their Own series either. But when they bring out a series that's based on a movie, I look at it and go, why? So I don't tend to bother with this sort of thing. But
oh god, isn't there something else that's coming out in the near future that's also based on a movie franchise?
oh mate, they're going to be doing series of other stuff that's based on movies, so it could be anything.
It could be anything, yeah.
I mean, I read that they're going to do a series for Harry Potter or some shit. So
I think that was probably what I was thinking of. Yeah, like just milk that cow, baby, milk that cow.
Which is why I've gotten very selective about what streaming services I have, because a lot of it is just so unoriginal, and I lose interest.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
Right. Good on. So, go for a bit of a game. So obviously, our viewers tonight, you'd notice that we're missing Arya. He's not around, unfortunately. Although I screwed up with the with chat earlier. And put stuff in the comments instead of the private chat. Damn you, Stream Hard! Why are you so hard to use? Right.
You just called it Stream Hard. You just called it Stream Hard.
There you go, Stream Hard. Stream Hard. Right, okay. So, you up for a bit of a game?
Go on then.
Go on then. Right. What we've got. All right. Let me just share my screen. Kaboom. All right. 12 words from a random word generator. And people watching at home, feel free to play along. All right. What I'm going to do is I'm going to kaboom. There you go. You've got 12 new words. I am going to give us approximately 30 seconds on the clock. Yeah. 30 seconds of Jeopardy music. And then we got 30 seconds to come up with a story pitch. Doesn't have to be the full story, but a story pitch. Are you ready?
No.
Good. Can you hear the Jeopardy music?
Yeah, I can hear it, yeah.
Ah, that's brilliant, because sometimes it doesn't work.
Do I need to write this down?
Might help you.
Oh, God. Okay. Dear God, why do I agree to this shit?
It's very difficult to concentrate with the music. I'm just going to knock that on the head. Right. Okay.
Oh, bang. Oh, God.
But it's kind of dead air. It's empty air if I don't have any music, isn't it? Right, okay. So I reckon this is... So, look. Show us what you've got. What do you have?
So far, I've got a past match broadcast during a loud bang shows A, and that's as far as I got.
All right. What would you, as a writer, and you know what? Actually, you've got some writing under your belt. That's not all I hear.
Yeah.
So, what would if you were given this exercise and you had more time, what would be your process?
Well,
Sorry, I've just had flashes of inspiration. Flashes, I tell ya. Okay, so do you want to hear mine?
I would do. By looking at this, sorry, I would do something about a prison break.
Yeah.
Because you got prison, bang, road, past. That would be my first thing I'd go for.
Right.
That's my pitch.
Okay. All right. What I would do, part of my process would be obviously, I mean, this is a random generator, but even random generators are not that random.
No.
I mean, look, you've got trainer and you've got match.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously, trainer and match, they kind of go together.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me. Prison surround. I don't know. So, okay, so here's my pitch. A football match of not insignificant importance is brought to an absolute standstill by an explosion in the grandstands. There's bodies, there's bits flying everywhere. I mean, it's televised. Everybody sees it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then comes the message that this is only the beginning. There are a further 7 devices. Why 7? I don't know. 7 devices scattered around the stadium. The only way to avoid future or further detonations is the release of a particular prisoner. Yeah, there's a release of a particular prisoner. So now where's the story? So there's a background. The story, I would say, possibly even the trainer.
Mm-hmm.
The trainer is kind of motivated, is kind of jolted into this. Hey, either you're tired or this is going nowhere.
It's going nowhere.
Cheeky bastard. So the trainer is, it's kind of like a John McClane diehard figure who, I mean, he's a professional footballer, so he's got he's like a fit guy, and he, he's the one who kind of like somehow figures out what the hell's going on, where these different devices would be kept, and he's the one who saves the day.
Okay.
All right. So, let me see. Tukey boy, you still there? Any ideas? And in fact, anyone who's watching this in replay, you feel free to come up with your own ideas with these words. All right. Okay. So, you ready for the next one?
Go on then, let's do it.
Let's do it. All right then. Here we go. Boom. All right. Complain. All right. Let me do the complain. Way, Father Luke, I am your father. Warn, recruit, lighter, rifle, knit. Action story with knit. Harass, thanks, corpse. Passed again. That's interesting. Alrighty. Right. We'll have a subdued bout of Jeopardy, I think. You right for that?
Yeah, okay.
There we go. At half volume. Right. Shut up. Sorry. Video will play after ads. Shut up. Right, thank you very much. What?
All right.
What do you got? What do you got?
A father warns a recruit that he will shoot him with his rifle unless he weighs lighter.
So this is a father who works at Fat Camp.
Oh God, I quit. I'm done. I'm never writing another book again. This is awful.
Alrighty. Okay, how about this? How about this? So, my idea is the father of a recruit complains to the military. I mean, this sounds like it's a made-for-TV kind of movie, you know? That his son's a recruit, he's in the army, and I don't know, the gun he's got. Like, I remember when I was in the TA, I had a GPMG, and those buggers are heavy.
Mm-hmm.
Those buggers are heavy. You got the GPMG, you've got the rounds in belts around your shoulders, around, you know. Wow. So, this father, no, wait, the recruit is on a training exercise, got a rifle, has a heart attack or something happens to him, and of course the father kind of like makes a huge, takes the army to court because of, I don't know, maybe it's because you got the word harass there, so it's possibly a female soldier.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe. Oh my God, he died. Look, there's the word corpse. Oh, who's thanking whom? I have no idea. Is it Rolf with an F? I think Rolf is the prisoner is Rolf Harris.
Oh no.
Can you tell what it is yet?
Grim.
Very grim. All right. You know what we should have done for the first one and for the second one? We had your idea. We had my idea. What could we do? So with this one,
forget them.
But now you've heard my idea. I've heard your idea. Is there any way we could push them together to come up with a better idea? What do you think?
I think we should just leave that one there because that's just painful listening to me.
No. What was yours? The Fat Camp. Well, this is it. Maybe it's a. Well, this is it. Maybe it's a. Okay, so the father warns the recruit has got to become lighter. Maybe that's the whole thing. Maybe that's the whole thing that the this is like a military style Fat Camp.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe the rifle isn't a real rifle. Maybe it's just like an imitation, but they have to run around with it all the time. Yeah. Harassing corpse and I don't know. So I bet you tomorrow you'll be at work. You'll be at work and you'll like come up with an idea.
Possible.
Quite possible. Right. Anyone got any ideas? Put them in the chat. Put them in Twitter. Right. One last one before we say goodnight tonight. All right. Here we go.
Let's not forget I mentioned the other campaigns.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's do that now. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to share. Oh, actually, you're sharing, right? Because otherwise everyone gets the Euro versions instead of the... Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I will share this one because it was on the show last week, which unfortunately I missed. And it is Starchild.
Yo!
Now, at the time of this, he has 24 days to go, 12 backers, and he has raised £521 of his £514 goal.
Yep.
Fair play to him. It's a success. I hope he gets more, because looking at this artwork, it's great.
Yeah, it's pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah, look at this. I love that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I really hope he gets more for this. But I'd like to say, like you said, he's just over the goal. So I'd like to see him get some more eyes on this this campaign, because when I see a campaign that looks like it deserves to make a lot of money, I hope it does. And this is one of them, because I love the color scheme here, for example, where it's got part of it red and part dark.
Yep.
And then this as well. I mean, look at these arms; they're fucking cool. So I genuinely hope it gets more.
Yeah, plus he's a nice guy. So I've been in touch with him over the past few weeks. Yeah. And I don't know how much of this you got from last week, if you caught up last week's show. Basically, it's already done. It's 130 pages. So like 230 pages. It's the compendium. It's the God, what do you call it? The full words. So many words to choose from. Right. So basically, he's had 7 crowdfunding campaigns. So this was originally in German. So this is the English version, right? And along with the 200 pages of story, so 7 campaigns but 8 issues, because I think the first campaign had 2 issues as part of it, no? And altogether 200 pages of story, 30 pages of extra artwork and process, etc. And squeeze on down. And I've not backed it yet. I'm waiting for a couple of invoices to come in. Scroll on down for us. It's a little bit of an outlay. Go for the different tiers on the right hand side.
I beg your pardon. Right, thanks, project.
That's all right. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. There you got the digital copy for only €18. I mean, 230 pages. That's a lot, right? But that's issues 1 to 4, and 35 for 1 to 8. There you go.
Yeah.
Then 55. Okay, euros, about £48. 200 pages. What can I say? And if you like the art style, why wouldn't you? Yeah. So it's a little bit more expensive than some of the campaigns we see, but it's practically done. All they have to do, Hannes has to do is finish the translation, print it, and then it's ready to go. You got a hardcover, you got a soft cover as well.
I should also point out that the hardcover and original art tier, which is about £103 according to this, that's the cheapest I've seen an original art tier go for, if the memory serves me correct.
Right, that's true as well. Yeah, I'd not really thought about it that way. Yeah, I tend not to go for the original. It's a bit out of my price league these days.
Do you know what this is?
Do you know what this is?
Yeah.
It's the smallest violin and it's playing for me.
Yeah. There have been a few original art tiers I would love to get, because I've never owned a comic page, but I've always wanted to. Right. But I mean, like Mary Boys. I've always wanted to have one of those original pages, because I absolutely loved that book and those issues. And I say this because a friend of mine, his name was Matthew. He's the guy that primarily got me into hardcore collecting comics like I did. He had an original page of Incredible Hulk that was drawn by Todd McFarlane.
Wow.
And I don't know where he got it from, but
Catawiki.
It's a beautiful thing to look at.
Yeah. Do you not know Catawiki?
No, I've never heard of it.
Catawiki is a Dutch auction site, and they deal a lot in like antiques, but also comic pages.
I didn't know
So
about
if you're looking
that.
if you're looking for stuff like that, then go for Katawiki, right? And I think it's CATAWIKI.
Okay.
All right, good.
All right.
Yeah.
So am I showing another one?
Yes, you are.
Okay. So this one, if you haven't
Hang on a
seen
sec.
this,
Hang on a sec.
then
Did you stop sharing? Because I didn't.
yeah.
Yeah.
I stopped sharing. Now this next one, if you haven't seen this, why not? It is, of course, Gustav Lipnicki, Only Never Part 1. Now,
Honk if you're horny.
We did a launch stream. Sorry, was that crap?
I did not need to know that, Justin.
we launched this, and its goal was £100. It's made 574. There's 41 days to go on it, which I hope he gets more, because I want to see him break £1,000 on this at least.
Yeah, for
because
sure. Would be nice.
yeah, it would be great for his first project.
Yeah.
The tiers are cheap as chips. You got £6 for the digital copy, £11 for the standard cover, which is a fucking steal in my opinion.
Yeah,
The retro cover, which is also £11, and you've got the detective tier, standard cover, the detective tier retro cover. By the way, both of these feature 6 Polaroids and the digital download of the comic. Polaroids is a little bit of a different take on trading cards, but I'm open-minded on it.
Yeah.
But then this is where this is what I back. This is the double book tier, where you get both covers, the retro Polaroids, and the case file to hold them in, which is a novelty. I thought I like the sound of that.
Right.
So I've done that for Goose. Hang on. Oh, bloody Apple. Right. Sorry, I went back a page by mistake there. Load up, me bitch. There we go. And again, talking about original art, Gustav's art is gorgeous.
I know, eh?
And yeah, and £115 for this, because I don't think he uses inks, does he? I forget.
No, I think it's pencil, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's pencil, and I'm not sure if he uses paint for, like, for example, if you go down for the snow scene, I think there's paint involved in that, but primarily pencils.
But that's only £20 more than the original art tier, which both of these look beautiful. And as someone who's recently really gotten into noir storytelling, this really gets me. Yeah.
Nice.
So
nice.
I hope he does well.
Yeah, for sure. As we all do.
Yeah. So
good. I
really hope it breaks £1,000 at least. But he's got 40 odd days left. Let's see what happens.
Righty.
Yeah.
Hey, Thomas Tuke. That reminds me, I got to look into Star Child.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say no. No.
But with I don't know about you, Rob, but how do you feel about backing a lot of books these days?
To be honest, we moved in May, and look, it's my sub story coming up. So there's been a lot of things, a lot of unexpected costs. I plead the fifth. That's a very American thing to say.
No, it's fair enough. I myself, I have become very, very annoyed with a lot of the stuff that's green crowdfunded these days, because a lot of it is so very, very late, and there's next to no good reason offered. And it annoys the hell out of me, because, okay, here's my little whinge. This is coming. Still haven't got my Cyberfrog 2 yet. And I sat weighing things up a little while ago. If you just kick me from the stream, you twat.
No, I wanted to do. There you go. I wanted to give you the solo.
Make me big.
Make it big.
Yeah. So I have decided that I'm just not going to back a lot of this stuff coming out anymore, because I'm sick and tired of the wait, especially when it gets to be unreasonable levels. And here's a good example for you. To make me smaller again, I don't want to go on a big screen. I'm not going to back any more Cyberfrog stuff.
Shock and horror.
don't give a shit. I've cancelled. I cancelled my subscriptions to Ethan's services because I wanted to get his trading cards. I've stopped that now because I had enough. And I've gone through a lot of the other people's stuff I've backed that's either been ridiculously late or has been left hanging because of other issues that have not come along. And once I've got some proper packaging, and I'll start selling it on eBay because I've lost interest in so much of it because of the lateness, but yet at the same time, these guys can either launch other projects or they can do 6-hour live streams on YouTube. And I'm sitting there thinking, get your books out. This is ridiculous now. You're giving us all a bad name. There have been a few cases where I've looked at stuff and gone, okay, I really feel for this. I really, I back this because it looks awesome and it's really pulled me in. And I'll give you a final example here of the last thing I backed. You'll recognize this.
Oh, you want me to share? Right. Yeah. Go.
Oh, I'm sharing.
Yeah.
So this is the last thing I backed because we had to go on a show a little while ago, Daniel Parker.
Okay.
And for anyone wondering, it's very much looks like a cyberpunk futuristic story. And look at this art.
Nice. Yeah, I saw this a couple of weeks ago, didn't I? Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now,
is that digital painting?
I don't know. I forget what he said now.
Okay.
But, I mean, looking at it, it pulled me in. And going through the tiers, I'll show you what I backed because, So first of all, I did the 2-book combo because this one here, Angel's Awakening, came out before it, and I missed it completely. I'd never realized it was coming out. So that's the first book, and then this one is the second book, of course, Guardian Angel. Both of these, I believe, are 60 pages each.
Oh,
which
cool.
is
Nice.
a good chunk read in itself.
Yeah, for sure.
Usually I don't back variant covers, so I don't see the point. But the variant cover that Preston Acevedo, if I'm saying his name right, did, I'll bring it down to now.
Yep.
Look at that. This is an absolute, that is an amazing variant cover.
Dude, what the frick is going on with that spine? Sure, is that spina bifida or what? Sorry.
Well, this, it's a ponytail. But
but like, I
looked at this and I thought, I've got to get that.
For me, there's this thing that a lot of artists want to get boobs and ass on the same view.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's a little bit difficult to make it look real.
Yeah.
But
so I got the Preston variant cover, and I also treated myself to the calendar because I thought I want to see what he does with this.
Yeah,
so
I bet you do.
Yeah, I did. So it's the most I've spent. It's the most I've spent on a campaign yet.
Right.
But as I said, it just pulled me in. So I'm going to be.
Was it an impulse buy?
No, I like cyberpunk, and I'm going to be delving into it a little bit with my next novel. And this cover, you got the energy sword there and the gun there. Yes, I absolutely love that. But when I saw this digital art, well, I'll call it digital for now.
Yeah,
Look at this. I mean, the fire technique there.
Yeah.
I love this shot here, blowing the guy away with this gun. I thought that's amazing. This pulled me in. So from now on, if
I like that with the, what would it be, swirls with the energy blast. That's
now granted
awesome.
It's shipping August 23, so he's a month out almost. But given this artwork, I'm going to give him a pass because it looks solid to me. But the list of people. Sorry, I'll finish on this note. The list of people I am going to back in any future works has gone right down.
Right.
So unless it appeals to me on a personal level, unless it appeals to me on a personal level, not doing it anymore.
Yeah, fair. So he's gone over by a month. So we're now into September. Has he been keeping updates?
Yes, he's filed updates. Last one, I'm just going to check them now. There's 44 updates. So he had one 20 days ago, which he actually mentioned to me beforehand. Making a quick announcement, closing the campaign on September 30th. And then the one after that, a slight correction to the update. The guy is almost done with the calendar, so it means we're closer to production than previously stated. Sounds good to me.
Right. Yeah, cool. Right. Good. Right. We're now at 1 hour 17. I would suggest, first of all, we've got Thomas Tuke. To be fair, you just need Michael Bay to create that film just in complete with a Charles Bronson lookalike. I guess he's going for the fat camp one, yeah?
Yeah. I will
right.
say this though before I carry on. Tuke, I've seen your art posted. It is beautiful. Why haven't you got a book out yet? There we go.
What? All right then. So, here we go. One final round. All right then.
Oh, dear God.
There we go. Right. Random words generating. Boom. All right. Let's go. So, microphone. Draw. Trance. Glide. Outline. Confuse. Lift. Stall. Birthday. Wave. Take. Honor and end. Oh, those are the 12 words.
Somebody shoot me now.
No, just don't be, be careful of what you wish for, all right?
Yeah.
Bloody adverts. Shut up. Right, here we go. 9, Dykeman, shut up. Sorry. Right, have you already started? I'll give you this.
I'm giving it a shot now.
Yeah. Right. Oh, there we go.
Oh God, this is a terrible one, Rob.
Yeah. All right. I got something.
Yeah, I've got nothing. This is just as my random words ever.
There you go. Right. Show us what you got.
All I've got is in a trance, an artist draws an outline to confuse, and that was where I went, nah.
All right, then. So I got this idea that somebody takes their date out for a birthday to like one of these shows where you where there's a hypnotist. Okay.
Yeah.
They get pulled up onto the stage or drawn up onto the stage, maybe draw outline. I don't know if I can work that in, but the hypnotist hypnotizes them, puts them in a trance, and has them glide across the stage. Okay. So, all's well and good, except over the next few days, this person who's been hypnotized kind of like finds himself in various places, totally confused, not knowing how they got there. And it turns out that the hypnotist has put something sub-hypnotic in there to make this person kind of their slave. Now, that's the story, if you like. That's the story, if you like. That's and maybe. But But I'm thinking that if I were to write this story, I wouldn't start with a birthday. I wouldn't even mention the birthday. I'd kind of slip it in there as kind of an aside and let the reader guess what the hell's coming. You know what I'm saying? In fact, I had a similar idea for a story a few years ago, and I never got around to writing it. But hey, we've got NaNoWriMo, National what is it? NaNoWriMo, National November Writing Month. Novel writing month. Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe I'll do something with this time. I actually have about 200 pages of a novel, or maybe 170 pages of a novel from about 3-4 years ago that I never brought to fruition. I never finished it. One day. Right. Hey, we got some. Oh, hey, Thomas Duke says, I have 5 on the website, silly. Unless you mean new crowdfunding stuff. Yeah, long story for a comment box. Okay. Whoa, here we go. I draw a blade amidst the trance, gliding the outline insufferable confuse. Lifting my spirit to stall Dave's birthday. How are you going to stall Dave's birthday, buddy? Waving a huge cattle castrator to take away Tom King's honor.
Well, I'll support the last part because I don't think Tom King's got much honor left to take away.
Dude, you know what? I think Thomas Tuke said it best when he said,
"The end."
Good night, everybody. We'll catch you on the flip side. I say that, and then it's going to take me about half an hour to find the outro. What
God.
are you laughing about? Where did the outro? Where's the outro? Bollocks. Here.
Bargain bin, let's see what crowd is in. Baba Dave and his hair. He's old man, but please don't stare. Alright, he's on the bargain bin. Now this just in, it's just in. Our new guy who just snuck in. He takes a joke, he just don't care. He's a regular gummy bear. New boy, here on the bargain bin. Bonus section, it's area black. For the furries, he's got your back. Along with Neve, that rhymes with Steve. Can't you weave? She'll knit you a sleeve. Whoa, they're on the bargain bin. It's on Monday night. If you're lucky, it's on time. It's a pile of shite, but to miss it is a crime. Just out the gate, it's Rob GP. He's not a dog, but he'll make you pee. Up for a laugh, he'll laugh at oat. If he falls flat, he'll get his coat. Whoa, we are the bargain bin. You hear the bargain bin, huh? This is the bargain bin.